So tens of thousands of South Australian, that's where I'm from, high school students today said goodbye to their mobile phones as they say hello to the new school year. Now, obviously school started today, Monday, first day back of 2023. I was at Woolies yesterday and it was fucking packed, right, on a Sunday. They didn't have a single shopping trolley. The line was the biggest I'd ever seen. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? And then, oh my God, school's gone back. You know, when you see like all the kids running around and all that, it all just kind of clicked. So,
yep. They all start going to Office Works to get all their supplies.
Fucking madness. It's like you had 6 weeks to get your shit sorted and they wait till the night before. It's fucking dumb. But now, when I was in school, quite a few people used their phones. Just reading this out loud, to me, I don't think this is going to make much of a difference. I think what it comes down to is like the kids at school that want to do well at school, they're not going to be on their phones. So there you go. That's sorted.
I think what it comes down to is the teachers actually teaching proper curriculum. That's what it really should be, not fucking these phones and all of this kind of crap. Back when I was at school, I mean, phones weren't even a thing back then. But man, I just don't see how taking their phones away from them is going to necessarily change things.
It's not going to work. Angry. I mean, teenagers are shifty fucks in general, man. If a teenager wants to have their phone on them, they're going to have their phone on them. Yep. Like the school I went to, you know, if a teacher caught your phone, they'd be like, "Oh, you little bastard, put it away." And then, you know, sometimes they'd threaten to like take it for the class, and like the student would always be like, you know, "Fuck you," and they go to hit him with a ruler or something like that. So it didn't get very far.
And all the kids these days, they'll be yelling and screaming about, "Oh, my rights! You're stealing my rights of my phone away from me."
Oh, God forbid they don't have TikTok for an afternoon. Let's listen to it.
Good afternoon. Tens of thousands of South Australian high school students today said goodbye to their mobile phones as they said hello to the new school year.
Goodbye to their mobile phones, like the dude's just waiting at the front of a school with a hammer and just smashing it when they fucking come past.
Nilsson, the students gave a mixed response.
They certainly did, Ed, but the government says this is a move necessary to tackle distraction and anti-social behaviour. And now
that is fucking so stupid.
God. And anti-social behaviour. So what? When they get home and they get their phones back at the end of the school day, it's not like they're not going to watch the same shit that they probably may have been watching in their classroom. It's so stupid.
It's not going to change anything. If anything, this could bring back classic bullying, which I am a fan of. I think if the classic bully makes a return, a lot of problems will be sorted from a very early age. But this makes no difference whatsoever. I mean, like, kids are still going to sneak their shit in.
It will be up to individual schools as to how they impose the ban, but they all must have one in place by mid-year.
So mid-year?
The government, again, just jumps in and decides to interfere with this shit. Like, if the parents allow their kids to have a phone, then they should be allowed to have a phone. It's just like having a phone at work. What, are we going to start banning phones at work? I use my phone for work, but sometimes I'm sitting there and I might jump on and listen to one of you guys while you're streaming in the middle of the day because nothing's happening.
And this isn't going to work.
Stupid.
This isn't going to stop teenagers from being teenagers.
Oh, man.
The ones, the students that want to sit down and do work, this does not affect at all. The little shittards like me are going to say, fuck you, and they're going to get sent to the detention, and they're just going to walk off the school property. That's just how these things work. They're teenagers.
But not only that, these days, kids are actually told to go and get a laptop for school.
Yeah.
Like, what's to say that they're not going to log into their Instagram or their Facebook or their Twitter or whatever on that laptop? They're told to get a laptop for their curriculum, and it's a part of schooling now. The technology has changed. You don't really get these mountains of books anymore. It's more about making sure that you've got the laptop. And what, they're just going to take away their phones? How's that going to stop them? It's kind of like trying to stop a kid when he's in his, like, when a little male kid is like 14 years old and he starts watching porn and he discovers porn and his parents are telling him, stop watching the porn. We're going to find a way to ban you from checking out these sites and all of this kind of stuff. They will always find a way, I promise you.
Kids, they're clever.
44 public
Well, they're dumb as fuck, but they can be clever when they need to be.
high schools put theirs in place today, some opting for lock-up pouches.
What the fuck is that?
Their phones at the start of the day, banning them both.
Have you ever seen that before?
No, never.
What the fuck is that? And they said how some it's up to the schools individually how they're going to implement it. You know, there's got to be the teachers that are just going to be like, just I don't fucking care.
I was going to say, imagine if there was like an emergency that the parents needed to contact the kid for some reason, but in saying that, then they could just call the school like they used to in the old days.
Room and during break times.
I think we're trusted because we're almost adults. I mean, we're having our L's and drivers already. I would say we're trusted enough to handle our phones.
I do think it'll help with distraction.
Oh my... Anyway.
Keep playing.
I hope it helps with cyberbullying.
Today's start to the school year was different to last year for another reason as well, getting underway without major COVID restrictions. So that's very good news for the little ones walking through the gates for the very first time. 14,000 of them beginning their school journey today. Ed.
And we wish them well. Thank you, Inga.
Yeah, look, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work. And the fact that this even makes mainstream media news... It's like, what was one of the first things they said? Just go back like 10 seconds in and just click play again.
Oops.
Go.
Some South Australian high school students today said goodbye to their mobile phones as they said hello to the new school year. Inga Nilsson, the students
pretty much when
gave
she
a
starts
mixed
reporting.
response.
They certainly did, Ed, but the government says this is a move necessary to tackle distraction.
Was that what you're looking for?
No, keep going. And
anti-social behaviour. And now
yeah, so stop there. So it's to stop them from basically being lazy and actually from the distraction of their phones, but also to tackle, what did she say?
Antisocial behaviour.
Antisocial behaviour. Sorry, I went blank there for a second. To stop antisocial behaviour. Like, it's again, like you said, I'll bring back the old bullying. Just because people aren't cyberbullying, like via phones in the middle of class, do you really think that's going to stop bullies and antisocial behavior? It's not. It's just so stupid.
Before, when they get home from school, they're going to log in, they're going to type in blah, blah, blah is a blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not going to stop anything.
It's just another government overreach.
Yeah, and I am confident in saying that I think a lot of schools are just going to take this and a lot of teachers are going to be like, oh, yeah, okay. But at the same time, like when I was a kid, obviously, if you sat down and had your phone out in the class, the teacher would be like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, so you'd get yelled at. So, but like, that's just kind of normal, isn't it? I mean, if you were just sitting there drawing on your page instead of listening, the teacher would yell at you anyway. It makes no fucking difference. This is just stupid. And I look forward. And I look forward to the lack of statistics of improved schooling when this. Hey, maybe the teachers are sick of getting fact checked.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, so today, class, we're going to teach you about how there's 150 million different genders. Hang on a second. My phone tells me that there's only 2, Mr. or Mrs. or they, them teacher.
Yeesh.
Anyway.
It's a
stupid.
fail.
It's not going to change anything. And this is, again, I think is just another overreach by the government. They're not going to stop shit by doing this.